Hey, Brandon.
Hello, how you doing,
I'm
man?
good, man. How'd you sneak on this again?
They bring me back. It's good to see you again, dude.
Good to see you as well.
Look, I saw the new trailer already, dude. It's pretty cool.
Amazing. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely, much more than the first little teaser trailer.
Absolutely. If it taught me anything, it's that you can take a beating and keep going.
That's the story we love. We want to see the man grow into that weapon. So he's got to take a few punches along the way.
So that opening sequence where where you see a scene like that, it sets a tone that this is going to be pretty gritty. This is going to be a pretty raw movie.
Yeah.
Is that accurate? Is that what would you say is the tone here?
100%. We see, Snake Eyes becoming the guy that we all know, the sword master, the ninja. But to be that guy, he's got to go through a lot of tough lessons. He's got to, get hit and keep picking himself up. But the action's nonstop. We get to a stage where in the final sort of act, we're on a ticking clock. And all our heroes are trying to converge to sort of defeat whatever it is that we're sort of coming up against. But it feels just so sort of like the pace is amazing and it just gets your heart rate pumping.
I just bought my tickets. I'm ready. I'm ready. The opening, or right after that opening scene, we see your character rescue Storm Shadow instead of killing him. I'd love to hear from you where that relationship is at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, at the beginning of the movie is the initial meeting of Snake and Tommy, and there's something that happens between them. This unspoken bond, which I think they both realize right at the beginning. Can't give away exactly in what particular situation they find themselves in, but it's one that Snake does save his ass from, and so sort of endears him in the beginning. And of course, we all know Tommy comes from the Arashikage, and he gives the chance to turn around Snake's life. Like, he is a man down in the dumps. We find him as a lowly kind of sort of street urchin in no better of a description, but a man who's sort of plodding through life with very negative, I suppose, missions and kind of very mistaken goals. So we slowly see that change into something much more purposeful.
It seems like that change is going to come through that three challenge trial. Can you talk about what those three challenges are like and what it was like to experience them yourself?
Man, you're killing me, brother. The three challenges are, the Warriors challenges, and they are meant to test the fortitude not only of someone mentally, but to test their heart, their strength, and overall willingness to sacrifice themselves. So I won't tell you exactly what they are, but that is pretty much what they're summed up to be.
That was like the perfect. You just said so much without giving anything away. Like that was the perfect answer. Like Kevin Feige would be proud of
Hey,
his
there we
guys
go.
for that right there. At the end of the trailer, man, we get the money shot. The costume is on in full effect. Talk to me about just wearing it. Like, was that all practically there? Did you get to really fully wear that thing?
Everything you saw is practically there. It's amazing artistry by phenomenal costume makers, and it took so long for them to piece it together, and so many sort of forms of making sure that it fits exactly as it should, especially the helmet piece. There's only one way in and one way out of that thing. And not many, and I've got a big head, so there's not many people who's going to be able to fit that thing. And it's so close fitting because we wanted that nimbleness. A lot of helmets have sort of a bulk to it, but we wanted to make sure that the helmet was as slim in profile and as shapely towards sort of my head as possible. So claustrophobic. is definitely a word I would use, particularly in the beginning of sort of putting it on and not being able to sort of take it off in time. But it was kind of very, very cool to be looking through the visor and sort of walking around. So yeah, it was definitely a memory.
It must just come with like an inherent swag. As soon as you put it on, you're just like, yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
him. He's
yeah.
me. I'm Snake.
You walk a little taller with a little bit more swag, and yeah, people tend to move out of the way.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's so cool. So I talked to Andrew, and he told me one of the most complex things he had to learn was the sword play, and that it was just like that. Was that? I would love to hear from you the training element of that. Like, how much did you really have to put into that?
Yeah, we were 4 hours a day with the stunt team, all in build up to getting us on set, ready and prepared. Things change, as you know, when we get on set. Like, environments really dictate how much we're able to do from what we've learned in the studio in comparison to like being on the edge of a car carrier, or standing on top of a building, or in a rain sequence. So you have to be at a stage and capability of being able to change up on the go as quickly as possible and learn new choreography like within 5 minutes. And thankfully, all of that 2 month of pre-training got us to that stage.
That's awesome. So I do want to ask, as this is the first movie, maybe hopefully the beginning of something gigantic and exciting in this G.I. Joe world for Snake Eyes. I know you've become very familiar with this character. Have you fantasized? You're like a wish list of things you want to see or do, or characters, just stuff that you really want to get the chance to bring to life?
After this movie, we find ourselves yearning and wanting more. We want to see how this story unfolds. So all I can say is that I want to see this story to the end. And I don't think it will even end at that point, because there's just so much more that we can explore. And, we got to think that this is such a macro view of an entire universe from the G.I. Joe. This is one origin story. We have so many that can be told, and one aspect of one little corner of this space. So the possibilities are endless. But I can tell you that, like, where I want this to go, we at least have 3 of these films to look forward to make sure that he gets the story that he deserves.
I love that, man. I'm ready to see Timber with you in one of these films.
Oh,
dude.
me too, brother, man. Where and when are we gonna find him? That's the question.
Oh, that's going to be awesome, dude. I can't wait. Listen, I can't wait to see the full movie. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me again. And,
Definitely.
I'm sure we'll talk when the movie finally hits theaters.
100%. Take care, man. See ya.